Hello, hello, Steve here. Welcome to Real Health. Who'd have thought, who'd have realized, who'd have even considered, studied for, researched, credentialed towards, even got a PhD. And they're looking at these little itsy bitsy teeny weeny ideas on health and it means nothing. Imagine spending 40 years on something and I just wasted 40 years. And that's often the case in health and science for that matter, but health is a biggie. There's thousands of wrong medical theories, health theories, each and every centuries for every century. We are not immune in this current century, in this first quartile of this 21st century either. Some of the things that have gone by the wayside already, depression or other mental illnesses being thought of as chemical imbalances. Which chemical imbalances? Can you scan for them? Can you test for them? Can you even get Thanos to get a drop of blood and see if you got schizophrenia and the like? It's amazing, it's amazing. Was it even in this century where H. pylori, was that the 90s? Close enough. So it isn't one of these episodes unless I mention what I do with my health regimen, and as part of doing these videos is to gauge whether I'm keeping my health look, my health, my stature, my physique, my my tan. Am I losing hair? All that sort of thing. Am I going grey at the age of 50 and all that? I'm pretty much sedentary. I still consider myself sedentary, even though I spend 20 minutes in the gym each day. Did I miss today? I might have even missed today. Yeah, I did. I missed today. I was taking some rubbish to the dump. And I said, no, I'm not going to the gym. I had to carry a few heavy items and that was it. That was done. No, that was not gym. That was just, no, I just don't feel like it. So what I advocate for here is the Keto 44, 80% say of your calories to be keto centered, not just for ketosis, but to make sure we get enough protein, fats, saturated fats. Hence, out of getting saturated fat, we'll get enough cholesterol to provide us with good mental health, good hormone health. Well, that's the two biggies for cholesterol. And as part of having keto, you do have a good propensity to take on most of them, more of the micronutrients than you'd get if you were a vegan. Did I just swear by mentioning vegan? It doesn't have much micronutrients. How about the fiber? Well, let me tell you, fiber, if you have a SAD, standard American diet, or otherwise the standard Western diet, bit of junk food here and there with a few moments of, oh yes, I ate healthy today, I had a muffin. Oh my goodness, you just had cake. I had a banana and I had a smoothie. Oh geez, what's in your smoothie, mate? Oh, 800 calorie smoothie, was it? And that wasn't even considered your meal. Yes. That's where the stabbing in the dark is. And this seems to be like a triplicate of episodes where I mention story, where again I mention where science is stabbing in the dark. But before I continue with stabbing in the dark with science, keto. I've mentioned the keto and the 44. First of all, the 44 is eliminating gluten, oils, sugars, nitrites. That's the quick summary. And the second for the 44, adding the 4 micronutrient categories: 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 essential amino acids, and 2 essential fatty acids. And that's the whole Keto 44, the clumsy branding, take it or leave it. I'm putting that regimen on YouTube, podcast. Let's see. I've even got a service in the show notes, concierge health advisor. If you really want 100% efficacy, I'm offering 100% efficacy, 100% result, or your money back. And it's not cheap. You need to have skin in the game to get success. And I'm spending $6,000 each year. That's including, is that? No, that's not including my food. That's say under $2,000 for the gym, and $4,000 say for my micronutrients, and about $3,000 for food. That's under 10K to live. You see? Oh, that's not a good move, is it? Oh, so I was crossing my legs there, podcasters, and it didn't look good on the screen. I just put my foot up and it looks all right. And I just made the light move. I'm a bit unco today. So that's the Keto 44 in a nutshell. There's a bit more nuance in the digestion and absorption factors. And you need to be a stickler. In my humble opinion, that's how we need to live if we are to ward off disease and live longer and even have a great physique. Hey, ladies, you can have a good body and a good physique by doing the Keto 44. You can. And the dudes, yes, you can step it up with being jacked by extra protein and lifting a few weights like I am. Yes, I've probably put on a bit of muscle in the 6 months I've been going to the gym. For a year before that, I was doing 90 seconds every second day, just doing a triple set of push-ups, shoulder press, bicep curls, and that's it. I was done. So that's all I've been doing. And aerobic, don't give me this aerobic business with controlling your weight. Controlling your weight is chromium, vanadium, zinc deficiency. They're only markers. Don't just buy those 3 in a bottle and expect miracles. You might get 5%, 15%, and then you're going to fall off the wagon because you're not satiated with all the micronutrients. But they're the markers of obese people, the chromium, vanadium, zinc. Chromium, vanadium mainly. And I have my body weight. Here I am. So with the whole science story versus health story, well, science has divided its methodology, the way we approach science. There's the theory type people, when I mention theory, theoretical biologists, theoretical psychologists, or I guess they're lumped into evolutionary psychologists, evolutionary biologists. And I was thinking theoretical physics, but they're going to be upcoming episode ideas. I'm not sure if they're imminent upcoming as in tomorrow. Let's see. But we've tended to be divided into lumpers, which is the evolutionary types, the theory type scientists or people in health as well. So they've been classed as lumpers. I'd be classified as a lumper, where I consider there's no difference in our health approach. We should think of ourselves, all the different races, all the different genes out there, as one need. And the only need that is different is body weight. 50 kilo person versus 100 kilo person. The 100 kilo person has to have double. Simple as that. Okay? As in double the micronutrient ingestion. No, not double the calories. Doesn't work that way. So that's the lumpers. The splitters are the specializers. And that's where you get the PhD, the gurus, the people that are fixated on certain Oh goodness, where do I start with the certain theories that belong in science and health, where they dietitians, nutritionists, and personal trainers. No, they're a little bit on the lumpy side. Some of them are lumpy when they. I've seen so many lumpy, overweight personal trainers. It's despicable. It's despicable. Absolute asinine sight to see. I was checking to see if any live people have come in. So, yes, there's none. I'm okay. So with the splitters, where you get people that research the Alzheimer's and obesity and certain chronic diseases like your yes, we can get other mental health type conditions. Then you got the hormone type health and the orthopedic and the arthritis type people. Then you get the cardiac and the rest of it. You get it, right? Then you get specialists in the cardiac realm, where they just do, surgeons that just do ablations with people that have atrial fibrillation, and all that is you've got calcium deficiency and you're suffering from osteoporosis. Yes, you may be 44 and you need an ablation done at the severe risk of death. Did they just recently kill what's his name? The first man that walked on the moon. What's his name again? Neil Armstrong? Yeah. That was tragedy. So, all these different specialties, like just with the whole osteoporosis and the foramen magnum contracting in the back of your skull, well, that's something like 25 diseases that can be resolved like that, and 8 different specialties, medical specialties. Out of the job. So, maybe, just maybe, with all these different specialties in science and health, pretty much stabbing in the dark, protein this and this and that genetic factor, and so many CRISPR users, even the high school students are using CRISPR. My humble opinion in delivery, but for the sort of results that I'm getting, it's just you. No, I'm not going to accept that. If you did the Keto 44, we're all the same, okay? I'm dead serious on that. So the science story is all about research, history, cures, and we have go-to stories in science of health where we say we've eradicated disease. Which disease? Smallpox? Okay. Was that on its way out? Yes, we've heard the stories of the conspiracy types and the anti-vax types with measles and smallpox already on the out before the vaccine program came in. I'm not going to go there, and I'm not an anti-vaxxer. Okay, I'm an a-vaxxer. Oh, what's that? Yes, a third stance. There's anti-vax, totally against vaccine. There's pro-vax. Take your vaccine. It's proven since the days of Edward Jenner. Treating polio. It's still apparently around. It's just called flaccid paralysis, acute flaccid paralysis, or something like that. Yeah, it's still around. Pellagra, rickets, it's still around. It's just it comes under different diseases, different codes under the World Health Organization. Micronutrient deficiencies. If you took all the 90 essential micronutrients and not just taken it, pissing and shitting it out if you absorb it properly and digest it properly by going off the gluten and increasing your salt intake, all that sort of thing. Yes, there are a few nuances, but they're easy nuances, and there are nuances that the mainstream healthcare complex will poo-poo. You just need to look at the people flouting the mainstream healthcare complex and note at what age they die at, and maybe you should see where some of the alternative people, what sort of age they're dying at. And I beg of you, don't compare some of the vegans, because insurance companies know that vegans aren't living longer. I checked that out. I had some access to insurance company data, and wow, it didn't say medians or averages for vegans, but they weren't outperforming. I had the feeling they were underperforming. Yes, it was very BMI centric, some of the data, but there was a few anecdotes in there. Anyway, I've got a bit of a disclosure thing that I can't be talking about anyway. So the story is in front of our face with the mainstream healthcare complex. When we live to age 80, of course we're going to get cancer because we're living longer. We've got high cancer rates because our life expectancy is higher. No. The only reason it's higher, I've said it quite a few times in the last dozen or so episodes, where stats have a way of blowing up figures. Infant mortality just boosts that up, and there was still plenty of 80 and 100-year-olds walking around 100 years ago. There wasn't the case where you live to 40 and then you die. No, it wasn't the case. Come on, you can do better than that. All you have to do is, like, what age did Winston Churchill live to? What age did Einstein? And before that, I don't know, what's some of the other famous people, some philosophers, and just look up Wikipedia, So, yeah. So maybe what we should be focusing on, should pursue, is the story of people that aren't credentialed, that aren't in health, and see how they're doing. Yes, we get the visuals of the fitness influencers and the Instagram models and all that sort of thing. Yes, we get it. That does not mean health, particularly from some of the crowd which are exercise and working out and substance-centric related. They fixate on substances, steroids, say. What's the more plates, more dates? What's his name? Like, he acknowledges it's a dangerous game, and bodybuilders have a low life expectancy. I've seen a few YouTube clips in the past where they just go through heaps of bodybuilders that have died in the last year, like age 39, age 44, age 52, like far out. Pre-comp, dehydrated as hell. That's it, cardiac, gone. Hey, probably not enough selenium and vitamin E going into the heart. Ugh. Yeah. Oh, gee. So, the story we probably need to fix on is, hey, how about me for an example? A couple of episodes ago, you would have seen a couple of pictures of me around the time when I first started. I do longevity. I've got most of the components of the Keto 44, which I advocate. Not many of those people are compliant. I've seen it with my own eyes. Oh, it was horrible. It was horrible. I've explained that I've had a few anecdotes on the longevity crowd in the last few episodes as well, so I won't hijack anymore. Also, there's this thing where people don't take on a service, do a health regimen, or buy off you for the sake of the attributes of that particular service or research done on this product, that product, or things like Elysium Health and what's some of the health products doing the rounds. Yes, longevity, they've been around for about 30 years at least, so they're doing okay. I'm doing fantastic out of it. I am a stickler though for doing it right. Like, oh, what's right? Yeah, I know, that's right. Let's compare notes. Pick a time, 7 years, 15 years, 35 years, whatever. I am epistemically humiliated. I have enough epistemic humility to say, right, I'm wrong. Maybe I was different, which I'm not. We're all the bloody same, all right? We're all the bloody same. Maybe there should be a story where I'm probably not a likable character because I'm a little bit on the cocky side, a little bit, people say Dunning-Krugerish, oh, you're not qualified, this and that. Hey, come on, I've been a nurse for nearly 20 years, as in registered nurse, credentialed and all that thing, and I've had some exposure to science, even though I didn't do much science. Many scientists don't do much science, they're just techies. Come on, let's face it, let's be honest. So, maybe we should take notice in what people actually do, watch them, what they do. I'm thinking of doing an episode where I make one of my eggy dishes. I eat twice a day. Not 4 hours or 8 hours, whatever intermittent fasting people do. Oh, I ate twice in 4 hours. Yeah, good luck on that. And there's some idea that eating less times during the day puts less stressor on your digestion and the like, and it's good for your microbiome, that sort of thing. Those sort of ideas also might see the way of the dodo bird. What I'm doing with increasing my gastric juice pH, as in more acidic, which means reduce the pH level, keto, and doing the whole 44. It may be, it fits into the anecdotal realm, the bro science, the anecdata. There's enough published material out there on the ideas of micronutrients, but not the 27 or 32, whatever the going rate is. There's 90 declared essential micronutrients, because we've done a decade-long study, which would be worth $1 billion now to do this particular study, where we found deaths. We found correlations of particular micronutrient deficiencies with particular deaths, particular diseases. That's where it all came from in the 70s. Veterinary science was ahead of mainstream human health science. And the reason why I mention story, we probably need to look at people's story more than science, is because science is also quite susceptible to silly human ideologies and ideas, because humans have silly ideologies and ideas. And when they get a stethoscope and a lab coat, they put their ideas into that space. And because they're credentialed, they get published and they get cited, and then there's a snowball of crappy health theories for centuries and centuries and centuries. As I was saying centuries and centuries, I was thinking millionaires and billionaires, Bernie Sanders. Oh boy. So I'm one of those stories. My story has many different renditions, whether it be a 15-second thing, 3 minutes, or a whole half-hour segment in my podcasts. Many of the 2.7 regular listeners may know intimately what I'm doing in my journey. Hey, you could be sneaky and, I don't know, look up Anytime Fitness, my entry and exit data. I don't know if it's even possible to get that, and you'll see that how much time I spend. Started with probably 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20, sometimes 25 minutes if I'm having a chat with someone, or admiring myself in the mirror. And so me as a story, and maybe others that are successful for decades. Yes, I know I'm only 3 years in, but it's a shoo-in. It's a guaranteed it's a guaranteed play. Maybe there needs to be some faith. Some of the reasons are there won't be cravings in what I do in the Keto 44. I am satiated with all the micronutrients that all vertebrates require, for that matter. And I'm not busting to have cake, McDonald's, Indian food, pizza, and whatever else is out there. I know what it used to taste like. It was yummy, wasn't it? If you're not doing the Keto 44, yeah, of course it's yum. But it's gonna cut decades off your total lifespan and your health span. Probably half century off your health span, where you start taking meds in medication into your 30s and 40s. There might be, when science is spending trillions now, the action, I'm going back on the video for Concierge Health Advisor YouTube channel. Yes, I got kicked off, but the live is still going, and the podcast. Sorry to those two others, the live is back on. I have to stitch the recorded. I have to stitch these two videos up now. Oh, my humanity! So, at some point, science will be looking at itself, thinking, all these trillions. Are we getting any return? I could tell you what the answer will be in 50 years and beyond. We're not getting any return. Hey, we got the regulars on the live. Hey, Lib, hey, how are you? Oh my goodness, you got the wrong colours on. Whatever that bloody means. Far out, mate. Come on. Whatever that means. Colours of shirt, colours of screen, colours of the ring. I don't know. Anyway, so at some point we'll be thinking trillions spent on genetic therapy, research and biotech, this and that, and then we'll realize, we're living less. In saying 100 years, we might be living 7 to 10 years less. Why? You're supporting the blues? Oh, that's right. Bloody, that starts at 8 o'clock, doesn't it? What's the bloody time? We've got the state of origin here for Brisbane, Queensland, New South Wales people. Don't even have the time. Anyway, it'll be soon, or it's probably on now. Guess what? I don't give a damn about the footy anymore. It never used to be like the good old days. The good old days were much more exciting than at the moment. And guess what? Go the Blues, because what? Yeah. Go the Blues because the Blues are. I've always supported the Blues, just to be different. And there was a whole. It is on now. Yeah. So for about 8 or 9 years at one point. I was supporting the Blues the whole time, and I was wrong for 8 or 9 years. Ooh! But eventually the Blues are winning, and good on you, Blues. And also, I like to be different. That's why I just say, oh, you supporting Queensland? Nah, supporting the Blues. Oh, the Blues. I don't know. I'm just like that. But the Blues aren't winning. Oh no! Anyway, so after about 70 years, we might think, what the heck? We spend trillions. What's happening? We're living less. We've injected people with all these different genetic therapies and genetic sequence this and that, and this Alzheimer's gene and that cardiac gene and this and that supposed gene for particular races and that sort of thing. No. You know, there's a particular disease out there for blacks and whites, but it's the same disease. What was it again? Sickle cell anemia, and the white fellas have it something else. Anyway, that's just a quick example. They're the same disease. I'm not sure what micronutrient issue that was. Was it selenium? It just may be. Yeah. Anyway, so stories we may need to resort away from empirical evidence, which, if only two out of 1,000 people get benefit out of a particular study, how is that effective or efficacious or a benefit for 8 billion people on the planet? When I've got the answer right here, right now, like that. And we may have to wait 500 years when someone digs out some of these recordings, and they'll think, "Oh, what's this guy on about?" Yes. I was going to do a quick run through of health news. Will it work on this device, my not so preferred device? I'm just going to quickly type in health news. Health